Mr. Tom Waits, a sweet little bullet from Pretty Little Gun. This is the Chord Recliner. I'm Rob. As promised, we delivered. We have Victor Strangers on the phone. Victor, good evening to you.
Good evening, Rob. How you going there, mate?
Top form tonight so far. It's a bit uncanny.
Oh, good to hear you playing Tom Waits, mate. That's one of my favourite albums, Blue Valentines. I think that's off, isn't it?
It is off Blue Valentine.
Yeah,
it's an
it's a
absolute
lovely album.
corker album, that one.
Yes.
Definitely one of my faves of Tom Waits. And have you done a cover of a Tom Waits tune? Have you ever tackled that?
I did a while ago. I played a song from Frank's Wild Years called, it's a gospel tune. I can't even remember. It's got Jesus in the title. One of your listeners might remember what it's called.
Mm-hmm.
Way Down in the Hole, that's right. Sorry, I split my mind there for a second.
Yeah, that's from an original Lead Belly, wasn't it, I think?
I'm not sure, actually. You could be right.
Yeah, I think because a few people have given that one a run, Way Down the Hole.
Yeah, it's a great little number as if you've got a three-piece, just guitar, bass and drums, and it's just easy to hammer, and, Tom's always a pleasure to sing his songs because he's such a great writer.
He is, and he really knows how to convey a message in a song.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
Now, Victor, you've just released a brand new album. We're featuring your new song, Hello Me to You. Now, but you're not new to the industry, are you?
I've probably been living under a mushroom for many years, and I finally decided, I'm 39 years old, and I've been writing for years. I released an album a few years ago, about 2002,
mm-hmm.
and just felt that this time I want to sort of get it out there a bit more. So this is, I suppose I'm new to a lot of people, but I've been doing this since I was a kid, since I was 11. I've been playing in bands for many years, and mainly unknown bands, but always with a passion to keep getting better at what I do. And sort of the next step was to, try and get my wife off my back and make some money from the money that I spend on my music. So she's very supportive. There's no problems in the family or anything like that.
Everything's sweet with
Everything's really cool. She's supportive. But you just get to a point where you invest in a studio and you think, oh gosh, maybe this has got something. Maybe I should get it out there a bit more. And so this is the first time that I'm sort of getting it out there a bit more onto radio and stuff. So. And
is it a difficult exercise to get recognition? I imagine I've never tried it, but I'd figure it wouldn't be just a case of put it on the internet and suddenly you got 1 million viewers.
Yeah, well, there's a couple of weeks ago there was a speaker down from the United States. This lady, she's a digital marketing expert, and she had this graph, and it was like a pyramid. At the top was the number of million selling albums, which was like 1 or 2 or something for a whole year, or something ridiculous. Mm-hmm. And at the bottom of the pyramid was the number of MySpace band pages, and it was like in the millions. It was virtually more than the American population. I thought, that's not right.
Yeah,
maybe not quite, but it was that was sort of quite a revelation. And as an independent artist, it is quite hard to sort of get known because everyone's got a MySpace page, but who really cares?
Well, that's the problem being that everybody has a MySpace page.
Yeah, so and MySpace is good, but the challenge is to try and find people that actually really love what you do,
mm-hmm.
and whether it's 10 people or 100,000 people, it's just a challenge trying to find them and trying to find with the digital age, it's almost like fashion in the 1960s, how it was such an evergreen period. I think now for the independent musician, there's so many different opportunities to bypass record companies, and it's still difficult, but there's a lot of opportunities out there which I'm exploring through music licensing on film and TV. I've signed up with some music libraries in the States. I'm just sort of doing this sort of stuff myself on the side, and I haven't had any hits yet as far as trying to get on Grey's Anatomy or something like that. But that's sort of, trying to monetize what you do to support your career or your habit.
Well, it's true, and it is a source of income, so you've got to do what you have to do.
Yeah, that's right. And ultimately for me, the aim would be to try and make a living out of it. I'm in sales as a printing sales representative in Victoria, in Melbourne, and I've been doing that sort of thing for years, and I thought, oh, maybe the music business is just as much about the business as it is about the music. Maybe I should explore that. So that's sort of, now that I've got this project, put it to bed, recorded it and all that sort of stuff, now trying to get it out there, and that's all part of the mix now. And yeah.
Now, you've talked about putting the album together. I imagine that when it comes time to record, you've got limited time that you can do things. But you've probably got about 30 songs, but you're not going to release a triple album. So is it hard to eliminate the songs that you love but don't think should make it on the album?
Yeah, it's funny because this particular album was quite different in that I was actually learning how to record as well, because I basically recorded all the instruments on it in my home studio, and I've got this software called Pro Tools, or some of your listeners might have that, and that's a like industry standard recording software. So I was trying to challenge that, so it was taking me ages to learn how to do that, and I wanted to put a few more songs on, but it's just like it was such a big amount of effort to actually record all the instruments and everything. I just thought, you know what, 11's all I can put out on this one. I'd love to put more, and you know, as it turns out, some of the songs rack up at over 7 minutes. There's one or two songs that are about 7 minutes each, so I'm kind of a bit old school when it comes to albums. I don't like too many songs on there because I think the musical, I suppose, you know, attention span can be quite short. Definitely. You know, sometimes, you know, hearing a triple album or something like that, you can only get away with it in very few circumstances, and you know, it's got to be a very good album for you to do that.
I think so, and with the advent of iPods and shuffle, it's a hard market, albums now, to even just get people to put them in and play them from go to woe. Yeah,
definitely. It's gone are the days now where you'd buy your vinyl album or even your CD, you take it home, you put it in the stereo and you crank it up, shut the doors and read the lyrics, and it's a different musical listening experience now. Everything is sort of on the go. I mean, we had Walkmans and stuff, but it seems to gravitate more towards the MP3 type stuff, singles, whereas I like to really get into something and get into it many listens into, you know, a particular song or a particular album. I think there's even been research done that the human mind can only take like 30 new songs a month, you know, so all these people with thousands of songs on their iPods, I don't know, and I'm not meaning to discourage your listeners from doing that, but, you know, kind of feel like you're missing out if you just sort of skim a lot of music. There's a lot of artistry in music, and sometimes by shortening what you listen to and just getting into some really good artists can be a really valuable thing too.
Definitely. Hey, Victor, if you've got time, can we take a track from your album and chat to you some more after that?
Sure, sounds good.
Mate, I'll let you choose the track. Which one should we go for, mate?
Oh, gosh. Actually, there's a song on there called 19 Years Ago. For some of your listeners like Tom Waits or that sort of stuff, it's kind of pays tribute to that form of songwriting of Tom's sort of earlier years when he had that sort of the piano and then the orchestrations at the end, and 19 years ago is the track that maybe you could play.
All right, mate, let's do that. This is 106.9 GOVE FM. I'm talking with Victor Strangers, and from his debut album, Hello Me to You, this is 19 Years Ago. There you go, the beautiful strains of Victor Strangers and his song off his new album, Hello Me to You. That was 19 years ago, as chosen by Victor, who is still with me. Victor, chalk and cheese, Hello Me to You to there. That's a showcase of diversity on your album.
Yeah, I've kind of, with music, I don't like to stick to one sort of thing. To me, it's about the songwriting, and sometimes you feel like writing something that's a bit faster, a bit edgier, and sometimes you haven't got it in you, and I suppose it's just the cross-section of what you do. I don't sort of purposefully plan to do a ballad and then it just sort of comes out, and I just think, well, that's a really good song, that should go on the album, or I should record that. But I suppose like with any songwriter, you kind of draw from many influences, and I sort of grew up listening to bands like The Clash and Stiff Little Fingers and the Buzzcocks and all those sort of bands, but then sort of naturally over the years you're getting it, like you've been playing Tom Waits or, your Elvis Costellos, and these are probably old bands for some of your listeners, but it's sort of, you get into different areas of songwriting, and that's just a natural progression. I see it as a natural thing. Yeah,
it is. It's interesting to see that, and it happens more so, I think, with the lovers of music, that they will diversify their tastes. I mean, when you were playing in Drunk and Disorderly in your early days, an underground punk band in Melbourne, you would have never thought that I want to write a ballad in the style of Tom Waits.
Well, that's right. I was actually drumming in that band, so I never even considered myself a potential songwriter. It was only, back then I was a very good drummer, and I still play drums, but I just kind of, by default, got into punk, and I thought, I can play 3 chords, damn, but I can write a song as well. And then all of a sudden, I really enjoyed that part of it, and I've always just gravitated towards songwriting, and it's just been, just trying to find new ways of writing, discovering new chords, or finding different combinations of rhythms, and and then obviously as you get older, lyrically you develop, you want to, maybe say something of a bit more substance that actually means something, whereas my early stuff was just like a word puzzle kind of thing. Couldn't even understand what some of the songs that I used to write. I don't even know what they're about today, but some of the new ones I think I know a bit more. I think I've got a bit more to say, maybe. I'm not sure.
They might have been written under the influence.
Potentially, being in a band called Drunk and Disorderly, yeah, you could be right.
It's and often not spoken of when a drummer does branch out into the songwriting element, that they did it for artistic integrity. Quite often it's done because they've realised that at the back of the stage they don't get the chicks.
Yeah, that's right. The drummers are always packing up the gear, It's the lead singer that always gets the chicks, or the guitarist, or, someone cool like that.
Front and centre.
Maybe that's the real reason why I want to become a singer-songwriter.
Yeah, deep down.
Yeah.
Let's set aside the artistic integrity.
Yeah.
And let's not mention it to your lovely wife.
No. It's all in jest, of course.
Hey, Victor, if anybody wants to get hold of your music, apart from the copy that we'll give away this evening, which you've gladly donated, how would they get hold of your music, mate?
Well, you can go on my website. I've got a website. It's www.victorstranges.com, and it's VICTORSTRANGES.com. So basically you can download the songs there individually. So if you like Hello Me to You, you can just download it and pay through PayPal, or if you want to download the whole album, you can do that. I've got the first album on there, or you can buy a hard copy as well, which I ship out from my distribution centre out of my lounge room.
The office.
Yes. The warehouse.
Yes. Was that the one that your wife is thinking of making you give up so that she can use it for useful storage?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, she wants to put a new lounge suite in there and kick me out. But I got the garage, which is a recording studio, so I should probably shift everything down there.
Oh, okay. You might have just cemented that in now.
Yeah. I've gone on record now, haven't I?
You have. Yes. You'll be held to that.
Yes.
Oh, lovely. All right, Victor. Well, it's been a pleasure talking to you, and it's been an absolute highlight to get new music from a new artist and get to deliver it to everyone here in Gove. And we thank you for that, Victor, and we trust you have a good night tonight, mate.
Yeah, thanks, Rob. And thanks, everyone, for listening. It's been a real pleasure.
Excellent. Before you go, though, Victor, let's get one more track off your album.
Oh, okay.
Name away.
There's a song on there, When the Morning Comes, track 3, I think it is. Yep, that'll keep them going.
Locked it in. All right, hang in there, Victor, for a second. I'll chat to you more. We'll play When the Morning Comes, and also if you want to get yourself a copy of Victor Strange's album for free, paying nothing for it. We've got one here, gladly donated by Victor. Give us a text with your name on 0418 643 888. That's the SMS we usually use, 0418 643 888. Text us in and with your name, and you get yourself a free album with some cracking tunes like this one, which is When the Morning Comes, off the Hello Me to You album.